What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Duenkel Productions. It's your boy Duenkel here, back with another video. Duenkel Productions, you guys know what it is. Duenkel's top 5 rankings for NFL, all positions ranked top 5. Today we're doing little wide receiver rankings, top 5 wide receivers in the NFL. Comment down below who you guys think are the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL. Let's get into it. Starting off with number 5 is a man who was traded in the offseason from the Atlanta Falcons to the Tennessee Titans, Julio Jones. I think a lot of people have kind of slept on Julio. He's not being talked about as much anymore. I think Julio with Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, I think Ryan Tannehill has really came into his own in Tennessee and has become, in my opinion, a top 10 to 12 quarterback in this league. I think Julio's poised for a big bounce back season this year. And I think Julio, honestly, is definitely my top 5, in the top 5 for sure. I think what the things he can do on the football field, we see Julio when healthy. He's clearly, without question, a top 5 wide receiver. He can run by you. He's got great speed. Great speed at his size. Very talented, can go up and get footballs in double coverage. Very hard person to cover. He can play physical if he needs to. I just think Julio, man, like, you look at him this year, I think he's going to have a great bounce back season. The one thing that concerns me about Julio is Arthur Smith is no longer there. But I think Tennessee will be all right, and I think they have one of the better offenses in the NFL with King Henry, A.J. Brown, Tannehill, and now Julio Jones. You toss him into that mix, and I think it's only going to elevate Julio and their offense as a whole. Moving on to number 4, I mean, you talk about the guy who I think is probably the fastest dude in the league, Tyreek Hill from the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyreek coming in at number 4. I just think, man, what Tyreek brings to the table week in, week out, he's got great speed. He's got great hands. He's very durable. It obviously helps Tyreek that he has Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce alongside him. Obviously, they upgraded their offensive line as well. But I think Tyreek is going to have a great season this year and really build off of last year's campaign that he had. I mean, Tyreek, I think, had 220 yards against the Buccaneers in that regular season game last year. So I think Tyreek is poised for another great season. I really like what he brings to the table with his speed, with his hands, with his agility, how he can just be a playmaker and make plays. You see him do jet sweeps, motions. You see him catch the ball in open field, and it's pretty much over. So love Tyreek. Think he's going to have a great year, and I have him at number 4. Now, the top 3 guys, again, I mean, this is pretty status quo for me, but number 3 is Stefon Diggs, man. I mean, you say what you want about Diggs. He is one of the best receivers in the game. His route running is unbelievable. His catching ability is unbelievable as well. Has great hands, can hold on to the football in coverage. I really like what Stefon Diggs brings to that Buffalo Bills offense with Josh Allen. You saw Josh Allen even last year take a huge leap from the season before to that, which was 2019 to now the 2020 season, which was last season. After getting Stefon Diggs in the offseason, you saw Allen take that leap. I think Allen is going to take another step in the right direction this year. I don't know if he's going to be in the MVP conversation, but he'll definitely be in the top quarterbacks in the league conversation for sure. And I think Stefon Diggs plays a big role in that. I think Stefon Diggs can't be underestimated. I think in Minnesota, I think a lot of people just didn't really see the talent break through. And now you pair him up with Josh Allen, and you look at what he's doing, and it's just unbelievable. I think Stefon Diggs is going to have another big year. Moving on now, though, to number 2, the second best wide receiver in the NFL is Mr. Deandre Hopkins. I mean, D-Hop, man, probably had the catch of the year last year, catching that Hail Mary from Kyler Murray. again, a guy that brings great size to the football field, a guy that is just very versatile in the offense, and especially with Cliff Kingsbury, who has really elevated himself as a top play caller in this league. I think Cliff has really elevated D-Hop into another level, and I love what I saw last year from him, and I expect big things out of DeAndre Hopkins coming into this season. Obviously, I think when you talk about D-Hop, you talk about a guy who's been very good for a long time, back to his time with the Texans, and now the Arizona Cardinals. I think D-Hop has definitely been a top 5 wide receiver consistently, and I don't expect that to change this season whatsoever. I think D-Hop and Kyler and all them boys it's going to be an interesting year for them. They're in the toughest division in football, but I'm excited to see what they bring to the table this year with all their new offseason acquisitions of A.J. Green, J.J. Watt. They still have Chandler Jones on that team, who's very talented. Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray, like I mentioned as well, and also improve that offensive line by picking up Rodney Hudson. So I think it'll be an interesting year for the Cardinals, and I expect D-Hop to take a big leap forward because of that. It's crazy to say, but I think D-Hop has another gear he can get to in his NFL career. But now let's talk about a man from the Green Bay Packers, 1-7. Top 2, not 2, Davante Adams. Davante Adams, he's the best receiver in football. If you guys have turned on an NFL game the past 2 years, you would see it. Davante Adams he can't be covered. Jalen Ramsey has tried. Stephon Gilmore has tried. All these boys have tried. Okay, and he can't be covered. His route running is too good. I remember in the NFC divisional round, where they design a play where Adams goes in motion, runs a little flat route to the right side, and Rodgers hits him in the end zone, and Ramsey's just pissed, and that speaks to Davante's greatness. He's such a great route runner. One thing I would tell you guys to do is just go look up Davante's highlights. Focus on the footwork. Focus on the hand motions. This guy just figures out a way to get open on every single play. Now, in training camp, he has had some drops, but I don't expect that to be a big problem. Davante Adams, top 1 receiver in the NFL. I just think what he brings to the table, what he brings to that Packers offense too. He really elevates it, especially the connection that him and Rodgers have had. Davante has been unbelievable, and his growth as a player from year to year has been unreal. He's gotten better every single year. And that's the thing that I think really impresses me about Davante, is that he's always working on his craft, always working on his game, and that speaks to his greatness. And obviously Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers, all these guys talk about this all the time with Davante Adams, how he is the guy that a lot of people look for in the league. And, you hear a lot of receivers talk about how great Davante is, and, he's unbelievable. And, he's definitely one of the best receivers in the game. I expect him to have another huge year with Aaron Rodgers at QB for the Packers, and obviously no impending free agent next year. So that'll be a storyline to keep an eye on. But thank you guys for checking us out today. Top 5 wide receivers, according to me, are number 1, Davante Adams, number 2, DeAndre Hopkins, number 3, Stephon Diggs, number 4 is Tyreek Hill, and number 5 is Julio Jones. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment down below your top 5 wide receivers. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and also comment down below what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see some more NFL series, like, maybe you guys want to see some like offensive rankings in general, like top 25 offensive players, top 25 defensive players. If that's something you guys want to see, let us know down below. But thank you guys for tuning in today. Make sure you keep making every moment matter. Thanks, guys, and have a wonderful day.